Hi everybody, welcome to another office hours session. Today we're going to look at a couple of user questions that have been sent in. The first one is how to deal with a date. How can we put how can we actually display the date in AIML? So let's just insert a category and we'll show you how to do that. So let's say something like what is the date? You can say it is, and then date. Yeah, there's a tag called date which allows us to manipulate all these kinds of things. So let me just show you what that will do. What is the date? Yeah, it's Monday, December the 2nd, 2019. That's right, but let's say, for example, we just wanted to say, you know, what is the day? We don't particularly want all the rest of it. How can we just extract that Monday? Now, you could kind of read it into a predicate and manipulate it that way, but that's going to be a bit too much hassle. The easiest way is to use the format part of date tag. Now, details of this, pop along to AIML Foundation. We've got a document there which has got all the like a big reference library. And the part that we're going to be interested in for this is the format part. So here we here put in whatever percentage and then a letter, and it tells you which you know, how it's going to display. So let's say we want to say it's Monday. Okay, we want the full weekday name, which is %A. Okay, so to do that, we put date format equals so date format equals %A. Okay, let's try that. What is the day? It's Monday. Yeah, it's done that because it's looked at the date. Things right. We only want %A, which displays that. Okay. Now you can mix and match these different things. So let's try. Let's just say we want the like the month as well. So that's going to be %B. Yeah. So do that. %B. Let's try that again. What is the day? It's, well, Monday, December, yeah. So it don't make much sense in that one, but it's just an example of how we can use date in there, you see. You can use it again for, you know, like time and things. So let's try displaying the time. So we want, let's try %H and then %M. So it should give us the hour and the minute. Okay, what is the time? So %H, %M. What is the time? 11:35, which is right on my computer. Now, there's no way you're going to remember all these, and you don't need to. It's all referenced for you. It's to do with the Unix strft time. Yeah, so you can find out more about that on like other links on Google is your friend. What we'll have a look at as well is time zones, because you know it might be 11:35 for me, but depending where you live, you may be different time zone. So you can do that by putting in the word time zone equals and then a number. Now this number is how far away from GMT that you want it to be. So let's say you're in New York, for example, which I believe is 5 hours behind. What is the time? 6:36. That's right, because it's 5 hours away from where I am. Yeah. Now the other thing you can do as well with times with date is display it in other languages, and to do that you use a parameter called locale. So let's say I wanted to display the day in, let's say I want to display it in French, for example. So we need to know what language we can choose. Now we've got all these different languages. It defaults to, I think it's English US, but let's say we want it in French. So we want FR. What is the time? There we go. Now for my schoolboy French, I believe Lundi is Monday, Yeah, 2nd of December 2019. So yeah, so you can like mix and match them. You can put different formats in there, time zones, locale. The reference for it's all there. Handy for working out things like what someone says good morning in the middle of the afternoon and things like that. So yeah, that's the date tag. Hope that's useful for you. Oh, the only other thing I want to mention just about the date tag while we're on here is, as well as putting in the percentage symbols, so percent yeah, so like we've just done there. I'm recording this a bit later, so time will be different. What is the time? 14:48. What you can do as well is you can put in your own little symbols and formatting and things like that. So let's say we wanted a little colon between the hours and the minutes. There we go. You see, you can do it like that. Yeah. So it just makes it a bit neater. You put seconds and things like that. Okay. So yeah, that's for date tag. Oh, that's cleared. Made that a bit more understandable how to display dates and times. What I've also been asked to look at as well is detecting sentiment analysis in AIML. Now you can't do that directly in AIML. If someone says, I am feeling happy, you have to code responses based on that. However, it's not all bad news, because what you can do is if you create sets, I've done some here, in the best tradition is some I prepared earlier. So I created a set called good, which has words for, someone's feeling good. What you can do, get rid of that, so I feel, and then the name of the set. Yeah, you can put glad to hear it. So let's try that. I feel great. Glad to hear it. Yeah, because great was one of the words in there. So you could do one for words for bad. I'm not happy, bad, miserable, awful, and do kind of like similar things like that. So I feel bad. Oh, that's a shame. Or something like that. Oops. But then you'd also need, of course, the catch-all. What happens if it's not in either of them? And with that one, you can have it like a generic one. Old favourite, tell me more. Okay, so I feel awful. That's a shame. I feel hungry. Yeah, so you can kind of do sentiment analysis like that. That's about as far as you're going to be able to take it with AIML. Just make your sets in there. So you could also kind of amend it a little bit, I suppose. If you could put I do not feel good is the kind of the same as I feel bad, so isn't it? So I feel bad. Nope. So let's try that. I do not feel happy. There you go. Yeah, so because happy's in here, it sort of passes it out to there. So yeah, as I say, that's probably about the closest you're going to be able to get to kind of like sentiment analysis. It's up to yourselves really to code responses and things like that in there. But yeah, I hope that's useful for you. That's the end of the questions for this time. As mentioned before, if you've got any questions, just pop along to Stack Overflow. Just type them in AIML, and it gives me a chance to take a look at them and answer any of them there for you, and do little sessions like this. Okay, see you all at the next one. Bye now.